What could some of the other impacts of that be beyond mental imagery? Because we do see aphants seem to perform very similarly on lots of other cognitive tests, skill-based, outcome-based things. So theoretically, maybe what other kind of areas might be affected by this deficit?
So obviously we would expect a higher prevalence of what we call interoceptive conditions, which are things like alexithymia, autism, ADHD. We would expect various mental health conditions have interoceptive component. Even things like, so the other thing that is important, that the interoceptive system and the brain area that is at the heart of it, the insula. The insula plays a very important role in integrating information between senses. So what I would predict is that there would be a higher sort of worse performance in tasks that involve binding between modalities. So if it's indeed the case that it is, insula, which is the brain area that we think is involved, which is the key region for interoception, it is sort of a hub that connects, different brain areas and different sensory systems together. If indeed that is the sort of underlying problem in aphantasia, then we would expect kind of binding between senses to be affected. And that could involve, beyond the imagery domain, even often in sensory perception, we need to bind auditory and visual information together. So I would predict there might be sort of issues there.
Interesting. One of the interesting things that you said, though, is that you can potentially improve the interoceptive awareness. Can you talk to me a little bit about that, about what techniques maybe work for this, and for some of the aphants at home who might want to try and see if they have any success?
Yeah, so something that has been done, so things like mindfulness training, things like body scan, so they've been shown to improve functioning of the insula. So there's increase in gray matter. They've been shown to improve interoceptive kind of your confidence and your sort of ability to engage in those processes. So what I would predict is that if you do mindfulness, and that's actually a trial that we are about to start in coming months, that if you do kind of mindfulness training for a long time, that might actually improve your imagery because it improves your interoceptive system. So that's kind of like a test of the model of if a byproduct of improving you're improving the link between your mind and your body. So that's why things like mindfulness, meditation are important, because they kind of help to connect your mind and your body. And that's the key, I think, here.